Once upon a time, in the celestial realms of ancient India, there lived a queen whose name was whispered with reverence and respect throughout the land. Mandodari, the daughter of Maya, the divine architect, and Hema, a celestial nymph, was born into a lineage of unparalleled beauty and wisdom. From the moment of her birth, it was said that Mandodari was destined for greatness, her radiant presence illuminating the darkest corners of the cosmos. As Mandodari grew from infancy to womanhood, her beauty and intellect blossomed like the lotus flowers that grace the celestial ponds of her father's kingdom. Her eyes sparkled with the wisdom of the ages, and her laughter echoed like music in the halls of heaven. From a young age, Mandodari displayed a keen devotion to the gods, spending hours in prayer and meditation, seeking their guidance and blessings. One day, as Mandodari knelt before the shrine of Lord Shiva, her heart overflowing with devotion, a vision appeared before her. The god himself, radiant and resplendent, stood before her, his third eye blazing with divine fire. "Rise, Mandodari," Lord Shiva spoke, his voice like thunder echoing through the heavens. "Your prayers have been heard, and your devotion has been noted. You shall be blessed with wisdom and grace beyond measure, and your name shall be remembered for eternity." With these words, Lord Shiva disappeared, leaving Mandodari trembling with awe and wonder. From that day forth, Mandodari's devotion to Lord Shiva knew no bounds, her prayers and offerings becoming more fervent with each passing day. But Mandodari's destiny was not solely written in the stars above. For as fate would have it, her path would soon cross with that of another, whose name would one day be spoken with fear and reverence throughout the land. His name was Ravana, the demon king of Lanka. Ravana was a figure of great power and ambition, his kingdom stretching across the length and breadth of the earth. Tales of his prowess in battle and his insatiable thirst for conquest had spread far and wide, striking fear into the hearts of mortals and immortals alike. Yet for all his might and majesty, Ravana was a man tormented by inner demons. His heart burned with a hunger for power that could never be sated, his soul consumed by a desire to conquer that which lay beyond his grasp. It was in the court of Lanka, amidst the splendor of his palace, that Ravana first laid eyes upon Mandodari. Clad in garments of silk and jewels that shimmered like stars in the night sky, Mandodari stood before him, her beauty like a beacon in the darkness. In that moment, Ravana knew that he had found his equal, a queen worthy of standing at his side and ruling by his side. And so, it was that Mandodari became the queen of Lanka, her grace and wisdom serving as a guiding light in the darkness of Ravana's ambition. From the moment of their union, Mandodari devoted herself wholeheartedly to her husband, her love for him as boundless as the ocean that surrounded their island kingdom. But even as Mandodari reveled in the joys of married life, she could not ignore the darkness that lurked within Ravana's soul. For beneath his charismatic exterior lay a heart consumed by pride and arrogance, his thirst for power blinding him to the consequences of his actions. Time and again, Mandodari sought to counsel her husband, urging him to temper his ambitions with wisdom and restraint. "Remember, my lord," she would say, her voice gentle but firm, "true greatness lies not in the conquest of others, but in the conquest of oneself." But Ravana would not be swayed. His pride was as stubborn as the mountains themselves, his ego as vast as the ocean that surrounded their island kingdom. And so, he continued on his path of conquest, heedless of the warnings of his queen. As the years passed, Ravana's kingdom grew ever larger, his power ever greater. But with each victory came a new enemy, and with each conquest came a new challenge. And so, it was that Ravana's lust for power ultimately led to his downfall, his arrogance blinding him to the forces that conspired against him. The final confrontation came on a battlefield bathed in the blood of countless warriors, the clash of arms echoing like thunder across the land. On one side stood Ravana, his army vast and mighty, his heart filled with a burning desire for victory. On the other stood Lord Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya, his eyes ablaze with righteous fury, his bowstring drawn taut with determination. As the two forces clashed in a titanic struggle for supremacy, Mandodari could only watch helplessly from the sidelines, her heart heavy with grief and sorrow. For she knew that the fate of her husband and her kingdom hung in the balance, and that the outcome of the battle would shape the destiny of all who dwelled upon the earth. In the end, it was Lord Rama who emerged victorious, his divine arrows piercing the heart of Ravana and laying waste to his mighty army. As the demon king lay dying upon the battlefield, his lifeblood seeping into the earth beneath him, Mandodari knelt beside him, her tears mingling with his blood as she cradled his head in her arms. "Forgive me, my lord," Ravana whispered, his voice barely a whisper as death closed in around him. "Forgive me for the folly of my pride and for the sins of my ambition. Forgive me, Mandodari, for the pain and suffering that I have caused you." But Mandodari could find no words to comfort her husband, no solace to ease his passing. For in that moment, she knew that their destinies were forever intertwined, bound by the threads of love and sacrifice that had woven their lives together. And so, as Ravana breathed his last upon the battlefield, Mandodari remained by his side, her heart heavy with grief, but her spirit unbroken by the trials of fate. For she knew that though her husband may have fallen, his legacy would endure, his name spoken with reverence and respect throughout the ages. In the aftermath of the battle, Mandodari emerged from the ruins of Lanka like a phoenix reborn, her strength and resilience a testament to the power of the human spirit. And though her journey had been fraught with sorrow and hardship, she knew that she would carry on, her head held high and her heart filled with the memory of her beloved husband. And so, the tale of Mandodari, Queen of Lanka, faded into legend, her legacy enduring through the annals of time as a testament to the enduring power of love, sacrifice, and devotion. And though her name may have been forgotten by some, her spirit lives on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who dare to dream of a better world.